Flava Flav is promoting Crab Fest at Red Lobster.
Okay,
That's the biggest news
Dawn.
today.
Dawn, that is not a headline. You cannot bring Flava Flav's commercial.
It's so nice and it's nice and giving of him to do this to help out Red Lobster and their
What
need.
are you talking about?
So, I mean, who knows? Maybe he's being paid in crab.
I sure hope not.
It's
You're doing it
news.
wrong, man.
Well,
It's big news.
It is big news because if we don't talk about that, we have to talk about Ben and Jen.
Well,
Every day there's some kind of a new development where we still don't know anything. So I think Crab Fest is the top story of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go crabs.
For the listeners who actually showed up for blind items, I know you actually care more about Ben and Jen than you do.
I don't know. Put it in the comments.
Legs.
If you care more about Crab Fest,
yeah, please.
let me know.
Nobody cares more about Cheddar Bay biscuits. And that's the thing. Crab Fest comes with Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Okay, I'm not getting a part of this Red Lobster check. Just so the audience knows, I have not been paid.
Yeah, I haven't been paid either. I just like to express crabs.
Dozens of biscuits has been promised to me.
Yeah.
Which is why
we did have a listener to our radio show, which you guys, I know this is evidence that you want to listen to the actual radio show. Listeners pointed out that you can buy those Cheddar Bay biscuits at the Target.
Okay.
To make yourself if you want to make your own batch at home.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather support my local Red Lobster.
That's right. And you want them made for you, hot and fresh,
exactly.
so you can eat 3 in the car
either
before you
of
go home.
The last time you went to a Red Lobster?
It was about 3 years ago. 3 years ago?
So, for those watching, the blind item world would indicate to me that somebody has gotten to these two, and it's very disturbing. And I think we need to dig a little deeper into the blinds and find out who got to you.
Okay, well, or we can just play a sad trombone because you're trying to pee on our Crab Fest rainbow.
Don't pee on our Crab Fest rainbow.
Okay, I don't want to hear or think about peeing, crab, or rainbows. It is Pride Month, and that was a hate crime.
Flava Flav is who got to us.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, boy.
I do love crab a lot. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we know.
Do you have any
biscuits
blind
more.
items?
Nope. We're just going to be talking about
good.
chain
Crab.
restaurants for the rest of Blinded by the Item.
Great.
No, let's talk about this instead. Wait, what? This A-list actress went radio silent when her longtime boyfriend said they were single, or said that he was single. Oh. Now suddenly, all we're hearing is about how their love is stronger than ever. I'm sure that's true.
A-list actress.
A-list actress went radio silent when her longtime boyfriend said he was single. Now suddenly all we're hearing is about how their love is stronger than ever.
Is this
Dawn's
a Lenny
got it.
Kravitz situation?
Nope.
And whoever he hooked up with?
An A-list actress?
A-list actress went radio silent when her longtime boyfriend said he was single. Now suddenly all we're hearing is how their love is stronger than ever.
To start to pick this apart, you said boyfriend, but you didn't identify the boyfriend. So
Correct.
Is he not an actor / celebrity?
Nope, he is.
He is.
He is.
So he is an actor.
Not an actor, though.
He is a musician.
Kate Hudson and some guy in a band. She just likes to date band guys. Musicians is what they're called to most people. Long time A-list actress.
This A-list actress went radio silent when her longtime boyfriend said he was single. Now suddenly we're hearing that their love is stronger than ever.
Have we heard
that's
that
true?
Their love is stronger than ever, meaning the two of us?
I don't know if we've heard
about
that part. No, we have heard the longtime boyfriend saying he was single.
Captain?
Not Tennille or Captain, no.
I'm trying to think of people. I mean, Glenn Powell is single, but
He is.
it's not him. Who else says they're single?
The A-list actress went silent when her longtime boyfriend, who we found out is a singer, said he was single. Now suddenly we're hearing that their love is stronger than ever.
The singer is single, but not really. But is. But
He said he is. And now he's saying no. Our love is stronger than it's ever been.
is she someone currently in movies?
Yeah.
in a movie that's in the theaters?
Nope.
Has she been in a movie in the last year?
Yep.
A big one?
It wanted to be.
Oh. So it was probably...
Wasn't in theaters for very long. Let's just say that.
Argyle?
Spider lady?
Spider lady.
Argyle. Oh, so it's that lady, the
Dakota
redhead?
Johnson? And Chris Martin said he was single?
We talked about this, yes, like last week. Remember, he got picked up in a car. He was like, I don't remember if there was a situation where I think somebody's car broke down. He offered a ride to this individual, I believe, something like that. My stories might be getting mixed up, but she asked him about himself, and he said, "Yeah, I'm single." And then she reported the story that, this guy said he's single. But he's apparently been rumored to be, not rumored to be. He's
that story.
Oh, you guys missed that story?
Maybe it was on the other show that you do.
Well, no, that was a pretty big deal a couple weeks ago. But according to the blind items, Dakota Johnson went really quiet when her longtime boyfriend, Chris Martin, said he was single. Now, all of a sudden, all we're hearing about is how their love is stronger than ever.
No.
I'm sure that's true.
I mean, who would say that? Knowing, unless they're trying to hit on the person. Why was he in distress on the side of the road and needed a ride?
Again, I don't remember if he was giving the ride or receiving the ride, but I think somebody, I'd have to look up the exact story again.
Oh my God, who's picking up hitchhikers?
Yeah,
this is a bizarre story.
1979. Don't take hitchhikers. But I do think this indicates perhaps, or the blind is indicating that the publicationship, that it's a publicationship, right? Or that, I don't know.
I thought that they were 2 steps away from getting married.
I don't know. Mike is furiously digging.
That's okay.
Okay, so here's the story. It's actually a really cool story. This woman who is dealing with some joint issues and some osteoarthritis apparently was behind all these lines and really struggling to walk to this concert. And the concert was a Coldplay concert. And I don't know if Chris Martin happened to see. That also sounds like the story might be a little set up. But he apparently picked up this individual and then gave them a ride to the venue. Okay. And while they were riding in the venue,
he's like, "Yeah, I'm single."
The 64-year-old later shared a selfie with her and Martin in the back seat of the car that was driving him. So I think somebody else was driving the car. He said, "Hey, let's pick this person up." Exactly.
Hey, that old lady looks like she needs help.
And then in the post, this person said we had a nice chat too. He is single and likes Luton. So apparently, yeah.
Well, maybe she misunderstood what he was saying. Like, I'm not married, but
And it could be a situation, too, where you're just met a stranger that you're going to talk to for the next 45 seconds. You probably aren't going to go into grave detail about your life. Like,
yeah, and then maybe she said the wrong thing, and now he's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I got to clean this up. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, oh, I'm in love. And yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
You guys got
I feel better about this
You're married, right? And he goes, oh, no, I'm not married. Maybe he said
together.
That. He was so embarrassed about Madam Webb. He was like, no, not that Dakota Johnson girl. No, I'm not dating her for sure. No, I don't know what happened, but
cute. But
there you go. Yeah. Let's move on and do another one. The first step in the soon-to-be split is finding a new home in the area he is from and far away from his wife, which is exactly what this A-list celeb is doing. He is over the constant fighting, and it's cheaper than a hotel. Plus, his friends refuse to visit him due to their feelings about his wife.
Oh, Lord.
So again, we've got the first step of the soon-to-be split is to find a new home, and that is exactly what this A-list celebrity is doing, far away from his wife. He is over the constant fighting, and it's cheaper than a hotel. Plus, his friends refuse to visit him due to their feelings about his wife.
3, 2,
Say it.
1.
Crabfest!
No.
It's not Bennifer?
It's not Crabfest?
Okay, stop it, or I'm going to come over there.
What?
It's not Bennifer?
That's a loud
A-list celebrity.
Today. A-list celebrity.
A-list celebrity who's tired of who?
People don't want to come over.
The first step of the soon-to-be split is finding a new home in the area he is from and far away from his wife, which is exactly what this A-list celeb is doing. He is over the constant fighting, and it's cheaper than a hotel. Plus, his friends refuse to visit him due to their feelings about his wife.
A-list Mike, you pulled the rug out from under us.
Is this Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton?
Nope.
A-list.
Oh.
Come on now. Down.
I mean, they're A-list. Celebrity.
A-list actor.
No actor.
A-list celebrity.
Oh, you said celebrity. Oh, no! Come on now.
Come on now.
Say it.
3, 2, 1. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
You got it. According to the blind items, the first step of this soon-to-be split is finding a new home in the area he is from and far away from his wife, and that is reportedly what Prince Harry is doing, and he is apparently sick of the constant fighting, and it's cheaper than a hotel. We've heard about him spending some time in plenty of hotels when they're away from each other. Plus, his friends are reportedly they refuse to visit him at their current home because they can't get along with Meghan.
I think that's kind of crappy, but I will say that there were stories about him looking for a place in the UK. I did see those stories. So.
Okay.
And that's
He's just going to live anywhere? He's just going to live in some cottage down the lane.
Well, he got kicked out of Frogmore. Frogmore.
Yeah.
Was it Frogmore Cottage?
Frogmore Cottage is where they lived. That's where he got pushed
kicked out
into the dog bowl and cut his back by William. Remember? Mm-hmm. He shoved him. He was so angry.
These blind items have persisted for how long?
It's been a while.
Years.
So one of two things is true. Go with me.
One of two things is true.
Either they're true.
Or they're not.
Wow.
Very
breaking
But
news.
I will say the blind items, it's hard because the blind items, when they consistently talk about something, the longer they talk about it, the more I'm inclined to think they're true. That where there's smoke, there's fire.
Sure.
That said, we have no indication that any of this is true.
Except the indication that he is searching for a UK home, which also could just be him searching for a UK home because he wants another home when he travels to London.
And look, I don't think being happy with Meghan and finding some peace with your family are things that can never happen together at the same time. Both things can happen. So to think that just because he's mending fences with the UK doesn't mean
I also want to point out
his
that
wife.
His friends don't want to come and visit him. Maybe it's because it's across the ocean. Anybody?
Why? Because they don't want to get on a plane or something?
Well, I mean, it's different from just popping down the lane after you work out.
Yeah, I don't know which friends they're referring to in this report.
I don't know what friends he has
does
here.
Does it mean people here in the States, or does it people mean in UK?
Well, by all accounts, he's friends with Eugenie and her husband, and they will come and visit. So,
this is silly.
I would imagine that. Again, I don't know if the blind items are true or not, but we haven't had much in the way of. They haven't surfaced. Often enough.
He looked for a home. And then they built a story around this, most likely,
Well, we'll find out.
Yes, we will.
Let's move on into another one. The studio can skew the numbers any way they want, but nobody is watching the reality show, which is why they called an audible and brought the A+ musician back in the picture. Studio can skew the numbers any way they want, but no one is watching the reality show, which is why they called an audible, and the A+ list musician is back in the picture.
Is that like a Kardashian story? And it's not Kanye. So it's got to be, what's his name? Creepy tattoo guy with the blood.
Creepy tattoo guy with blood?
Oh, my God. You're talking about...
No, that's her husband, though.
Travis
Who's Courtney's
Barker?
husband? Yeah. I'm just thinking of musicians that are connected to the Kardashians. Wait. What? Taylor?
Oh, no.
Oh.
They were connected, but no.
Travis Scott?
Studio can skew the numbers any way they want, but no one is watching the reality show, which is why they called an audible, and the A+ musician has made a return and is back in the picture.
Back in the picture in a relationship? Okay.
So it's a man?
Oh, Bad Bunny.
There you go.
Oh!
Yes, according to the blind items, there's a reason we're seeing Bad Bunny and Kendall back together once again, and that reason being the studio can skew the numbers any way they want, but no one's really watching the Kardashians, which is why they decided to bring Bad Bunny back in. And I'll be honest, considering the fact that Bad Bunny's been canceling shows across the country, he probably needs a little publicity too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Also, his crotch was getting stuck to dancers.
This is true.
He also was looking deep into Kendall's eyes over when they were having dinner in Europe somewhere.
Interesting.
They were staring deep into each other's eyes.
So it sounds like this blind item is correct.
Yes. They said, look deep into each other's eyes and we'll take a picture of you. And maybe hold hands or grab something under the table. I don't know.
And the one thing I find fun with this blind item is the first part, the studio. So I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but Disney Plus and Hulu, they'll run numbers and be like, hey, the Kardashians, the most watched reality-based show that premiered on this network between the months of September and November of 2023 and shows and is aired after 4 o'clock in its prime location.
Yeah.
Like they skew it so much that
Best
it becomes
reality show on in the afternoon.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like
Versus what?
if you get specific enough, we've all, had success. So
Yeah, true. We
there's-
could be in that list.
there's that. So it's really, really funny that that's how they do the numbers there. But you'll see a lot of headlines saying how many people are watching it. But according to the blind items and some deeper metrics, if you actually look at it, it's not being that
Even
much.
if you think they're fascinating, interesting people, let's just ponder for a moment the amount of distractions that the world faces on any given moment. So, whether it's umpteen other reality shows, umpteen other actual television shows, umpteen other distractions online, social media, scrolling, etc., podcasts, maybe YouTube channels like this one. It's got to be hard to maintain the same kind of audience after all these years.
Definitely. Yeah.
Let's maintain our audience with another blind item coming your way. How about this one?
Do it!
It's it's cute, but the former A-list actor has a lot more money than he is leading us to believe. He's been doing this whole thing trying to get sympathy, and guess what? It's been a losing battle so far.
Former A-list actor.
It's cute. This former A-list actor has a lot more money than he's leading us to believe. He's been doing this whole get sympathy thing for a long time, and it's been a losing battle.
Is he nasty?
He's nasty.
Kevin Spacey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
He's going to lose his Boston home.
He's broke. Didn't you hear? Poor
okay,
guy.
well, so what?
That's what happens when you
You
have to
nasty.
find yourself paying lawyers because you have been very handsy. And by
You
handsy,
did
I mean
this to
sexually
yourself.
assaulty.
Yeah.
Be nasty. Yes, this is Kevin Spacey. He has a lot more money than he's leading us to believe. He's been doing this whole thing just to try to get sympathy, and so far, it's been a losing battle. We've heard about some of the struggles he's had trying to get back into the world of acting, and now he's broke and losing a home.
Well, things are bad when like the biggest interview you get is on Piers Morgan because you don't
He's the
go to
only
Piers
one.
Morgan unless one of two things. One, you nasty, and two, you're really nasty.
Yeah, and he's the only one that'll interview you, really. I mean, who else is going to talk to Kevin Spacey? There was also moaning about, probably from Piers Morgan, that interview that his co-star from House of Cards, she was in The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She hasn't talked to him in 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because you're,
Persona non grata.
yeah, you're disgusting.
And she's smart. And well, I will say, though, she
Robin
defended
Wright,
him. Robin
Robin
Wright.
Wright.
She did defend him on more than one occasion and has been criticized for that, although she's entitled to her own thoughts and opinions. But I will say, of the people that have run screaming from the room, she seemed to be a little less willing to criticize and go after him.
Yeah, maybe it was at first where she didn't know all the things,
Could be.
It'd be like, I don't know. Maybe if you asked her now, she'd be like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Let's go to Crab Fest.
Oh, boy. We're back to Crab
I
Fest.
can't.
Yeah, boy. Let's move on. The older but far less talked about sibling of a singing actress has some bigger projects on the way, so get ready for a full PR blitz and most likely a publicationship announcement very soon.
Ooh.
So we've got the older but far less talked about sibling of a singing actress has some bigger projects on the way. Get ready for the full-on PR blitz and most likely a publicationship announcement very soon.
Older sibling of a
Singing actress.
singing actress.
Yep.
Is this a Bailey? Like Halle Bailey?
Nailed it.
Sister?
Oh, she's
Chloe
got a
Bailey.
sister?
You
Chloe
got it.
Bailey.
Well, yeah, they were
Didn't know
Haley
that.
and Chloe. They were a band. They were a group. The two of them, Chloe and Haley, I think, is actually how it was listed there. Chloe, the older of the two siblings, but according to the blind item, she's got some big projects on the way, which is why we are getting ready for a full PR blitz from her and most likely a publicationship announcement.
Oh, who is she going to hook up with? She's gorgeous.
We don't have the details. All I will
Okay.
say is
But watch this space.
if you do Google her, you'll notice that PR blitz has begun.
Okay.
Because all of the headlines, all of the different things are talking about, the different outlets are talking about her sizzling her sizzling yellow swimsuit
Yeah.
and more.
So I saw that cutout yellow swimsuit.
Well, good for her.
She reveals she broke her vegan diet after 11 years. She shows off some of her curves. These are all just different article headlines that I'm reading
broke
by
my vegan diet with
by
big ol'
Googling
steak.
her. These were all
I
revealed
ate
in the
meat
last
and now I have curves.
hour or so, or last day or so.
Okay.
Well,
So again,
good
we're going
luck
to be
to her.
hearing a lot about her. She's going to be a part of Fight Night, which is a series starring Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson, Don Cheadle, and Terrence Howard. Samuel L. Jackson's a part of this as well.
Okay, fabulous.
Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist. So there you go.
Okay.
Good luck to her.
You guys nailed that one very quickly. That was
Yeah,
very
good job.
impressive, Dawn. Nicely done. Let's move on to the next one here. Are we really going to be doing this again and put through this drama? The former A-list actress turned much lower on the list reality star is trying by any means necessary to get their own new reality show.
Former A-list actress
turned much lower on the list reality star trying once again by any means necessary to get their own new reality show.
It's not like a Tory.
Yes, it
that's what I
is.
thought.
How can
it
you
would
call
be.
her an A-list actress?
Former.
Former A-list
Like
actress.
really former.
Well, yeah.
And
Biggest shows on television
okay,
at the
fine.
time.
Fine,
if you were on that show,
fine.
you were an A-lister.
Yeah,
At
that's
the time.
I
true.
was?
Oh, yeah.
I was on that show?
No, I said if you were.
Oh, I thought you said I was on that show. I mean, I've forgotten a few things.
Yeah, your 20s.
Are we really going to go through this once again? Tori Spelling is who was an A-list actress, former A-list actress, turned lower on the list. Reality star is trying by any means necessary to get her own reality show. This, of course, a day after we heard a whole bunch of headlines about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't keep up with
her
it.
teeth.
Yep.
She
Her
cleaned out of
nasty
her
apartment.
house. She left her home that she rented and left a bunch of furniture on the steps. Garbage.
I mean, again, all of these stories that show up in the Daily Mail, which I'm assuming she's getting paid for, which, you know, like it's a whole thing, right? Because there are celebrities living their lives any other day of the week and you don't see articles about them. And there's a very specific reason why, because they're not calling up the paparazzi and doing it. So each one of those stories could be an episode on this reality show. Like, oh, I'm moving and then I left all
my
this stuff. And then
God.
people are calling and they're like, you gotta move your stuff. And I'm like, I'm so busy and I work so hard and I gotta get rid of all this garbage on my front lawn. I mean, it reads like a reality show. So
That's a
I wouldn't-
pilot right there.
You're welcome.
yeah.
Nicely done.
Then you
She should hire me,
Yeah, definitely.
except she probably wouldn't pay me.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah, you could take care of her bearded dragon.
Did
that
they
a-
get divorced?
No, she has a bearded dragon. That's probably the culprit for peeing all over the couches.
Is that a euphemism?
Yeah. No, she has a bearded dragon. It's a lizard. Do you want to take care of her bearded
I
dragon?
am not going anywhere
near her
near Tori
bearded
Spellin's
dragon.
Tori Spellin's bearded dragon, especially on Pride Month.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got time for today. We're going to
Well,
end
that's
with
too
the
bad.
bearded dragon.
Yeah. Or
What'd you guys learn today?
Crab Fest is
Oh,
on.
my.
Okay. Well, I hope that check is in the mail for you, sweetheart, because you have done the work for them.
We got to help them out.
Dear listeners, if you are interested in anything but crabs, I would encourage you to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about our podcast, which is also a YouTube channel, which is also a radio show. There's a lot of ways for you to consume all these juicy bits of gossip with the names left out. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about Blinded by the Item. Bye.
Blinded by the item.